Hello, beautiful souls. Mariela Siwakinti here. I'm a professional psychic, empath, intuitive guide, and energy healer. Welcome to this sacred space so that you can receive insight, clarity, and alignment for where you are. I'm going to be giving you the energy update for this week. We are going through some planetary alignments that are very important, and tomorrow is the new moon in Gemini. So there's a lot of things going on, and it's almost like the way that I see it is either the all these planetary alignments are instigating all these shifts, or these shifts are already meant to happen. We were meant to go through all these changes, and the planetary alignments are facilitating the change. So either way, everything is interconnected anyway. So one thing it's very connected to the other. So, but I'm going to be giving you a more intuitive approach in all this because you are in a place, and from that place you can move forward, and is that place may not be the same for me or same for another person, but when you look at the decks that I'm going to show you, I pretty much want you to just take a deep breath, look at each deck and see which one you connect with the most. Maybe you're curious about how one of them looks, so whatever calls you, that's where your message is going to be. And I just want you to listen and see if that applies in your life, because I'm going to show you how to use this energy to benefit your life, to get you moving from where you are. All right. Okay. So take a deep breath. This is the first deck I have. This is the second one. This is the fourth deck. Last but not least. All right. Okay. So let me check each one of them. If you pick this deck, then this is your card. This is about moving forward. So if you feel that in the past you needed to wait for someone else to help you move forward, to help you do something for you, or just to notice what you're doing, or feeding the company of that person in your life in order to move forward, you have to stop. You have to be your own hero. You have to be the one taking the leadership here. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to feel really good when you do it, because maybe you have been waiting for so long for other people to help you or to notice you or just to be with you, to hold your hand. But that's not what you needed. What you needed is to really honor what you wanted to do, what you wanted to create. And when you get to do it, that's when you get to understand why you needed to do this on your own, because it gives you the confidence, it gives you the feeling from the inside out that you can do this all alone. And you do have leadership energy inside of you. And it's time for you to learn to move forward with everything that you have inside, with your emotions, with your thoughts, with, taking the action. Like every cell in your body is waiting for you to make that decision, to move forward, to create something, to choose you, to choose your dreams. Every cell inside of you is ruling for you. So you don't need anyone in the outside to give you the confirmation, or hold your hand. You don't need that external validation. You need the inside of you to say, finally, you did it. So go ahead, release yourself from what you think you need, and just give yourself what you know you need. Okay. Second deck. I really love the energy of that first deck. It's all about moving forward. If you pick this deck, then this is your card. Okay. So chaos. I have to tell you, and I usually give this example to people many times, and it's not an example. It's really how life works. whenever you add an element to a pattern that already existed, whenever you add an element or if you take an element out, chaos is going to happen because the pattern needs to rearrange, something changed, and the new needs to be integrated. Whether you took something out or you put something in, it needs to realign again. So if you feel that your life is in chaos, then harmony is about to come into your life. But you have to let it happen in a natural way without forcing anything. And this is a transformational stage where it's a transformational phase that you're going. So in this transformational phase, of course, you're going to have to let go of some things so that you can make room to receive new things. So don't sweat if you feel this chaos. Eventually, everything's going to rearrange and follow a new pattern that is more harmonious, that is more in alignment with who you are right now. Because it's all about you being the new you. So in the new you that you are, you either need to choose consciously and say, this has to go so that I can welcome this, or it just, you have to work through those emotions and say, okay, I wasn't expecting that this needed to live my life, but if that has to happen in order for me to receive this bigger thing that fits me better, then, I'm going to have to work through this. Okay, so how do I say this? Let it be. That's the word for you. Let it be. It will make sense in a short while when everything finds harmony again. Okay. Next deck. Nice. All right. Good. So if you pick this deck, then this is your card. So you need to prepare for happiness. You need to prepare for joy. You need to prepare for more. You need to prepare and align with positive alignment. How do I say this? Sometimes people fear the worst. And when the opposite happens, that good things happen, they forget to have their hands open to receive because they were waiting for the worst. Okay, so you need to prepare for the best so that when the best shows up, you recognize it. Because otherwise, you're going to let it go, thinking that it wasn't yours. Okay, and this is about this is for the people. This deck here is very related to leadership, but also is related to the ancestors. So you may be healing from things that your family, all that ancestral karma, or that all those things that the old patterns, all those toxic patterns that your family went through. You may be liberating yourself from that. You may be the person doing the healing for the whole family. So don't follow that pattern that your family follows. You have to do the opposite in order to change that pattern. So if you were the person who, okay, I'm going to think of the worst so that I don't get disappointed, then when the good things happen, you are not going to see them. So this is why it's not only about wanting to change the pattern in your life and wanting to change your life, but you also have to change those habits as well in order to align with what you've been asking for. All right. Next deck. Okay. If you pick this deck, then this is your card. For you, be gentle with yourself. You're still going through this process. And how do I say this? I'm having right now many clients who have lived through difficult situations, difficult neglects or difficult abuse in their life. And there's still that pain is still very active. So I feel that for you, it's like you can't force yourself. You can't force anything. Gentleness is your path. The nurturing that you didn't receive, the nurturing that you have been seeking, you have to be gentle with yourself first, because what you're going through needs that in order to shift, in order to change, in order for you be, how do I say this? Your liberation is different than other people's liberation. Like other people's liberation is like they have to jump into the void and just trust. But for you is you need to be taken with gentleness out of that path where you are and into a new path, because you need it the most. Okay, because you need to be for yourself what people in the past couldn't be for you. So for you, it's like listen to your body, listen to your dreams, listen to your needs, and definitely be more kind, more compassionate, and more gentle with yourself, with what you're doing in life. Move slowly. Like plants, everybody grows at a different rate, and you have to listen to your own flow inside, how you move. You can't look at outside how other people do it. You have to do it differently in order to honor and respect how you were created. Okay. And the last step. If you pick this deck, then this is your card, and it says right here, this is about transformation. So you have been guided through this transformation all along, and you are right there. And what is coming to me right now is you have to know that when a person transforms, you don't go from being this to this overnight. You need to get acclimated to the new you. You need to feel the power there that is inside of you so that you can get in touch with the newness of you, so you know where to apply it, how to use it. So get in touch with yourself. Give yourself time to plan, time to explore, time to just be. Okay, so don't feel that you need to rush anything. The main thing for you is to start getting acquainted to that new power that you feel inside of you, because you need to step into that power and let that power guide you. And this is not the power to control you. This is the power that, like, this person that you didn't know is inside of you, and you need to align with that person so that you can feel that confidence from the inside out, and not just, how do I say this? If you transform, but you don't know what your new tools are, then they're going to be useless, and you need to align with those tools that you have inside. Okay. Well, it's definitely transformative energy that we have going on right now. And I have to tell you, like, there's a lot of things that need to be released. From the readings that I'm doing, from the healings that I'm doing, there's a lot of people that are coming to me with old pains, with old suffering. Valid, very valid. These difficult things happen to them, but for a long time they were able to shut it down, and they can't do that anymore. And that's where we are. Each one of us is at that place where we can't ignore the pain anymore. So we need to take advantage of all this energy shift and all this planetary alignments in order to release these things that in the past we needed to hold, like in a backpack that got so heavy. So now is the time where there's this energy coming and saying, like, okay, just dump it in here. If you don't want it, just dump it in here. And that's when we need to take advantage to say, like, well, and this happened, and that happened, and that happened, and I don't want this pain anymore, and I don't want this suffering anymore, and I don't want this grief anymore. Like, why have I carrying all this stuff when all this energy is coming and cleansing everything in order to change everything and give you more, especially more freedom. And for some people, it's coming gradually, and for some people, it's just hitting them. And they hit this place of a threshold that they don't know where to go. The thing that I've been telling people the most is this example. If you have lived in a cage for too long and suddenly someone opens the door, you're going to be suspicious of what's on the other side, because you've never been on the other side. So of course you're going to be afraid to cross that threshold. So you're going to feel both guilty that you are in this cage, and you're going to be ashamed that you didn't know you were in a cage, and also suspicious and fearful of what's on the other side. So people on that threshold, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it. They get too suspicious of just walking outside of the cage. And goodness sake, and this morning, I actually, in my meditation, something came to me that I wasn't expecting. But because I'm good, I'm getting really good at this. So I welcomed it, all these emotions that came to me. And what came to me, like, I received this vision, and I saw these keys under my bed. And I saw these golden keys under my bed, and I asked. So usually what I do and what I tell my clients is, like, whenever you're giving a vision from spirit, you can engage with that vision as communication. So what I did was I asked, and I said, tell me, show me, make me feel what these keys open. And what they told me was the cage. And I was like, that's exactly what I've been talking about to everyone. So I'm also in a cage, not just you. I'm also in a cage. We're all in a cage. We all have built our own cage, of how we have believed this cage that somebody else told us is a good life, but it's not. It's a cage. So the key here is liberation is available. So when I heard it opens the cage and I have the keys, what I did was, like, okay, well, I've been telling my clients to get out of the cage. So what do I need to do? Well, let me get out of the cage, because I can't, I need to practice what I preach. I keep telling them, get out of the cage. So I I visualize myself taking the keys and opening the door, and with the full intention that I am walking out of this cage. And when I opened the door, what I saw was a hummingbird flying. My name is Siwakinti, which means the royal hummingbird. So when I saw that hummingbird flying, I was like, it's me on the other side. It's me. I get to meet me, my full potential, who I came here to be. So I proved my fear wrong, because usually what we think is on the other side, what we're afraid of, is not. There's something else really good waiting for us. So in this case, when I saw the hummingbird, I was like, I'm going to be me on the other side. And I felt so free. And I wish that for you. I wish for you to feel free, to have that emotional release, that mental release, that energetic expansion, and even physical healing can come from here, from this. So I have to tell you, really take advantage of this energy, because some of you are going through this transformation, and some of you are going through chaos. You haven't finished that transformation yet. Some of you are ready to receive, and some of you need to be gentle with yourselves. And it doesn't matter where you are in the path, know that everything is being orchestrated for you to be victorious on the other side. Okay? Believe the energy, how it's releasing you from this pain. If the pain is here right now, it's because you need to release it. You can't shove it down anymore. You don't have to. So release what you need to release, and be positive and optimistic about what's coming into your life. Just with open arms, welcome it. From my meditation and seeing everything that I was seeing, I usually in my meditations, I'm guided to write the soul level affirmations that I share with you in my newsletter. So the one that I did for today, the one that I was guided to write, it's all about emotional freedom. So if you receive my newsletter, please repeat that soul level affirmation daily. You can do, while you repeat the affirmation, you can use EFT to make it go faster. You can use Havening also as well to calm your nervous system. You can use empathetic energy healing as well, like be in that receiving mode of unconditional love while you repeat the affirmations to enhance the potency of what you're doing. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, connect with me so that I can teach you these practices, because all these practices help you for emotional freedom, for changing, shifting your mindset, and just healing all these old patterns. These are all techniques that are very helpful. And for those of you who are in Raleigh, you know where I am. So if you want a private session, whether it's for a reading or for energy healing, so we can do these practices together. And also, you know that I have a monthly group session where we practice these together in community. Okay, so wherever you are, just connect with me. One last thing that I have here to tell you is a reminder, June 1st, if you're in Raleigh here, it's the Psychic Fair at Dancing Moon from 12 to 5 p.m. You can find me there with other great psychics and healers in this area. There's also another metaphysical store, Energescence, and they're going to be having a beautiful solstice fair on June 21st, and that is in North Raleigh, Energescence in North Raleigh. It's going to be it's not a psychic fair, it's more like a holistic solstice festival. We're going to be there. The healers and the psychics are going to be there, but also we're going to have they're going to have arts and crafts, a little bit of refreshments here, and a beautiful blessing that we're going to do in community. And you can get to see also the healing space that they have, because they have two beautiful healing rooms, a reading room and a nice a bigger room for groups, and a nice waiting area, so you can come and see all the facilities and also the metaphysical store. All right. And one last thing is, for those of you who are curious about empathetic energy healing, I am going to be at New Earth Energies in Wake Forest. This is on Sunday, June 15, from 4 to 5 p.m. I'm going to be teaching you how to do empathetic energy healing so that you can use it in your life daily. So just, to receive to connect with spirit, to be, you become more intuitive when you are in the presence of this energy, because you can feel the guidance that you're receiving, and also you are more connected with your energy body. Release, there's a lot of release, like empathetic energy healing. I would say that any places inside of you that still feel that neglect, that emptiness, that loneliness inside of you, it will heal all that, because that's what it does. Like, it brings love into those areas that you need the most. You will feel fully loved when you do empathetic energy healing, and it helps you feel how strong you are from receiving. And only when you feel strong, you feel guided to give that energy healing to others. So it really gets you in touch with your, not only with your energetic body, but also your physical body and also your emotional body, because you start you can discern better where you are emotionally, so that you can say no because you know you're empty, and yes because you know you're full, and not just people pleasing just because you think you have to, when you don't have the emotional strength for it. All right. So thank you very much for listening. Happy new moon again, and we'll see you again next time, next Monday. All right. Enjoy. All right. Bye-bye.